Greetings, YouTubers! It's Zelda Mariners, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. We're gonna follow the Stanley Parable adventure line. We're on a very long, ending series, so we'll see what happens when we follow this Stanley Parable adventure line. Oh, this is new. Yes, this is very new. We're just gonna follow the line. Oh.
You see? The line knows where the story is.
Yes.
It's over in this direction.
Yes.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
I'm following it.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of the real destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all
Question
that.
mark.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Well, this is very enlightening, isn't it? Monthly ledgers. Corporate imbalances. Annual renewals. Consolidation reports. Departmental accounts. Oh wait, there is more. Hold on. Oh, that's trippy. Financial records. Wait. What? Hold on. This line shows it going up steps like that, but then the line actually takes me here. That's so... Wait, financial records. What? That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna follow it to the end there. This is really loud, hold on. Okay. Employee 432 peer reviews. Wow, he has a whole office. Financial records. That's kind of funny that took me all the way around there. Oh, okay. Following this line. Oh man. Okay, following. That doesn't have a second hand. Okay.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Look at the what?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm not going to remember that at all. Okay, onward. Zig.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
2 employees were fired
now. I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
So... Do we follow the line? Do I trust the line now?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent
It's a good
people,
point.
Right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Yeah.
Something exciting,
Yeah.
daring, mysterious.
Yeah.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Does it have to be that direction? Can it be this direction? Or this direction? Or this direction? Or this direction? Okay, we'll go that direction. I still love the narration. It's so great. I love it. I love it.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path A new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Not a
Go
square.
wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
With a
Stanley,
line.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
But I love
no
the
lines
line.
or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, I'm acknowledging it all right. Whee! The line is my friend. Ooh, let's go up there. Okay, fine. We won't follow the line. Have it your way.
Ah, a choice.
No, the
We get
doors.
to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know
Circle.
that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from
What?
the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our
Oh, are we ready?
destiny awaits.
Okay. But what about the door on the left? You always want me to take the door on the left. The confusion ending. You've been playing the confusion ending for that long. Deviate from maintenance room. End up in monitor room. Narrator restarts the game. First restart. Discover the two doors room now has many additional doors. Aimlessly wander. Narrator restarts the game. Second restart. The office is now a dead end. Turn around. Find another dead end. End up in another building. Narrator restarts the game. Third restart. Adventure line. Nonsense, philosophy, and music. Yes, that was very nonsense music. Return to the office. Return to the monitor room. Fourth restart. Adventure into unexplored territory. Find the line again. Find the confusion ending schedule. Narrator restarts the game. Fifth restart. Narrator forgets about previous restarts. Stanley attempts to play the story, but is prevented. Unable to play and to unable to go anywhere or do anything. The game restarts on its own. Sixth restart. Find the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of line. Oh no. Of the office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrator restarts the game. Seventh restart. There is no longer an office. Simply black space. Wander in blackness. Find a bookstore. Get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game. 8 restart. Why did I say 8 instead of 8th? Is that a typo? Narrator is gone. After a long time, Stanley dies. After a long time? Oh boy. Oh, the door. It leads to the same thing.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
That's what it seems
And
like.
we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
You're gonna forget
That's
that
really
though
how
after this
all
one.
this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
I don't think that's
My
your
mind
controlled
goes
narrator.
blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
He's gonna do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
I think you just need to restart
So-
it, dude.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Well, that makes sense. I don't remember the rest of what happened there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I forgot what happens after that one. Something happens. That's the 5th restart.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I forgot what happens in this. We still need to restart a few times.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I can open the broom closet now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, that's that ending. I don't want to do that. I forgot what I was supposed to do. I was so caught up in the fact that he was talking. Alright, alright. It's fine. Yes, yes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't remember where this... I think I did the confusion ending wrong! Ah!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I did this wrong. I did this wrong. I totally did this
Stanley
wrong.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna do this one. I might as well just do this one.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. I messed up the confusion ending. I'm gonna have to do that again. Now what? Oh, cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Ooh,
Their
we still
true
have 2
nature
employees
revealed.
fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What is that? What does this do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I assume so.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Possibly.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ooh. Yes. Disable the controls once and for all. I shall do it. Once I push all the buttons. Except that one. Because that's a big red button that looks very ominous. Beep boop. Beep boop. Too bad I messed up the confusion ending. I need to go back to that. What is this? It's tied to this, which doesn't let me do anything. 2, 1. What is down here? Woo. Ooh, number 5. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. What happens if I push the big red button? Huh! Oh, I can't. Well, that's anticlimactic. System power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty,
Danger.
his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yep.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode,
Oops.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
I don't really know what to do right
What's
now.
that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
Wow.
exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Wow.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Incorrect.
I almost hate to see it go.
How do I know what the password
I'm
is?
sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stan. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw
I
that
have no
timer
idea.
that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
Uh-huh.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video
Something
game can be
has to
beaten?
do it.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
wish I
until the
knew
moment
what
I
to
say,
do
happily
here.
ever up.
Dang. How do I know the passcode? How can I enter the pass? What could it possibly be? Well, that's different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Console bark. How do I open the console? I don't have the console enabled. I think that's the problem. But I will continue this way. My game crashed. So I have no idea where I am in this sequence.
Our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The
Okay, this is where I
confusion
need to
ending.
remember.
You're telling me that's
So,
what this is?
attempt to play the
It's all
story,
one giant ending?
but I'll get
And we're
stopped.
supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how
And then I'll
all
find the
this
line
goes?
again, start to follow it,
It's all
but find an
determined?
identical replica of
So
the
now,
office
according
that
to the
began
schedule, I
appear.
restart
Attempt to
again.
make the
Then
story
what? Am I just
Then it
supposed to
starts over
forget?
again.
Well,
Then
what
there's
if
no
I
longer
don't
an
want to
office and
forget?
just black space.
My mind goes blank simply because it's
Then we
written
wander the
here on this,
blackness, find a
this
bookstore, get
thing.
bored and leave. He restarts
wall.
again. Then he's gone,
Well,
and then I die
Who
after a long
consulted
time.
me? Why don't I get to decide?
So I should be able to try to do this, but I won't be able to get anywhere.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It should restart by itself.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, this looks perfectly fine.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Well, that's new. But I should still be unable to progress. Right? Some point. Maybe. Wow, I just appeared down here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
This should restart on its own, though, right?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
This
television
seems
screens.
wrong!
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So this will be different. I'm gonna just try shutting the power off this time to see what happens. Something just flashed on the screen.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Oh, I'm
Where
sure
had
many of
his
them do.
co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So instead of the confusion ending, I got the real ending, I guess. It says I beat the game, so... Okay. I have to figure out what that spinning thing is all about. That'll be it for this episode. That was kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. You just, like, if you follow all the directions properly, you just escape. It's more fun disobeying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. And, happy Monday, I think. Peace.